IFRS or International Financial Reporting Standards are accounting standards that are developed so that business entities, corporations, companies across the globe, all over the world, follow similar accounting standards. And the real purpose is that you have internationally comparable financial statements. So, for example, if investors or decision makers are considering buying a business in Canada, but they're also looking at a similar business in, say, UK, they can look at their financial statements and try to compare which one is a better option, right? And if both of those companies are using international financial reporting standards, it means that the investors or decision makers can be assured that similar accounting policies are being followed. So they can really rely on the information that is presented on the financials to compare the two. If both these companies were using different accounting standards, it would be hard for them to make a decision because they don't really know, for example, what are the bases of arriving at the profitability for one company compared to the other one, and there could be misleading results. So the purpose of international financial reporting standards is to have global comparability, to have consistent principles that are applied to financial reporting. Currently, the IFRS are required to be applied in more than 100 countries, and a few more permit them, but not all countries require the application of IFRS. Notably, there is not a requirement to apply IFRS in the United States, and the same for India. So we can take a look at the geographies where IFRS are required to be applied or permitted. So the first one is Africa and the Middle East. You can see a lot of the countries highlighted as red require IFRS standards for reporting or financial presentation, especially for listed companies. And then you can also see a few countries where IFRS are permitted. If you look at Asia, you see again quite a few countries, but you can see India and China currently do not require IFRS, but you see countries like Pakistan, Australia requiring IFRS. In the Europe, IFRS is heavily adopted, and you can see a lot of countries in Europe currently require IFRS. And then finally, Americas. On the left side, you have North America, and on the right side, you have South America. So you can see a lot of countries in South America currently have adopted IFRS. In North America, you can see United States has currently not adopted IFRS. So if you want to check the profile of your own country, wherever you live in, you can go to this website here at the bottom. And when you go to this website, you can select your country, and it can show you some information like this, where, for example, I selected United States, and it shows the extent of IFRS application. In this case, you can see that IFRS are not required for domestic public companies. In fact, US GAAP is the requirement. However, IFRS standards are allowed or permitted for listings of foreign companies, right? So, and also currently more than 500 foreign companies registered on the SEC are applying IFRS. Similarly, for India, you can see there's no application requirement for IFRS. In fact, India has its own accounting standards which are required, but they are substantially converged with IFRS standards. So there are a lot of similarities.